Lucretius de Rerum Natura, Book 1, Episode 14. Qui simul infula virgineos circum data comptus, ex utraque pari malardrum parte profusast, et maestim simulant tardras ad stardre parentem, sensit et hunc propter ferrumque lardre ministros, aspectu quesuo lacrimas e fundere vis, mutametu terdram genibus sum missa petebat. Lucretius continues his account of the destructive effects of religion. To whom, qui, this is feminine, singular, and dative, it is Iphigenia, upon her, at the same time, an infula. An infula is a fillet. That means a ceremonial band tied around one's hair. Upon her, at the same time, the fillet, circum, infula was data, given, or applied, around her virginal locks of hair, virgineos comptus. This is long because it is fourth declension. It's masculine, plural, and accusative, modified by virgineos. So when that was done, ex utraque pari parte, from each side equally of her cheeks, malarum, it poured down. Profusast is profusa, from the verb profundo. It's profusa and est that has been elided. It's feminine, moreover, because the subject is infula, the chaplet or fillet. And at the same time, her sad parent or father, standing before the altars, she perceived, or she saw. We might reword it in English to say, and at the same time she realized that it was her own grieving father who was standing on stare before the altars. That is Agamemnon, who was going to sacrifice Iphigenia at the command of Diana before the Greek ships are able to sail to Troy. Notice the word order which Lucretius artfully employs here. Maestum modifies parentem, and these two words form a kind of bracket for the entire line. Then there is alliteration, agglutinatio, ante ardras ad stare, in the middle. She perceived that, and also she perceived, sensit, that the attendants, the priests, were hiding celare, the ferrum, that is the sword or the knife that was going to sacrifice her, hunc propter, or propter hunc, on account of him, meaning Agamemnon. And she perceived that the citizens, qui vis, this is masculine, plural, and accusative, as the subject of a fundere, that the citizens were pouring out their tears. They were weeping profusely, aspectu suo, at sight of her, at her own visage. Aspectu is also a fourth declension, and so this is masculine, singular, and ablative. So, as soon as she perceived all of this, as soon as she poured out, as soon as she perceived all of this, then this is what she did. Muta, in silence. This is the adjective mutus aum, and this is feminine, singular, nominative, as the subject and with reference to Iphigenia. In silence, in fear, or with fear, she was seeking, she headed for, the ground. She fell to the ground, submissively, on her knees, genibus, sinking to her knees, we might say. Submissa is feminine, singular, nominative also, and this is a common occurrence in Latin. The Romans would rather express the person's action by modifying the subject with an adjective like this. So the action is described looking to the state of mind of the person who's doing it, rather than using an adverb to modify the verb. So we might say a little more idiomatically, in terror she silently fell to the ground on her bent knees. Here is Iphigenia as painted by Feuerbach, Anselm Feuerbach, in 1871.